Media is saying Tesla are likely to deliver around 80,000 plus cars from their factory in Shanghai in September, but I disagree. I've got a different figure in mind. I'm going to tell you why. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and supporting the electric revolution. That's really what this channel is all about. Ultimately, Oxford University, and in fact, a bunch of different universities got together and they said that if we electrify everything, by 2050, the world will save $17 trillion. That's trillion, not billion dollars. So electrifying everything will not only save us a lot of money, it will also mean, the planet is going to be a much better place for it as well. Now, Tesla, in my view, is a big part of that strategy. Even if you don't like the company, you have to admit that they did pretty much get us to where we are today. I mean, the reality is that there was electric car manufacturers in China when Tesla sort of began their journey, but the truth is no one cared about them. They were just irrelevant. It really took a brand like Tesla, a genius marketer like Elon. Even if you don't like the guy, you have to admit he is a genius when it comes to marketing. It took that company to really get us to where we are today. I think we owe Tesla a lot. By the end of this year, more than likely Tesla will have delivered over 1.5 million electric cars in the past 12 months, which is a pretty impressive achievement. However, there's been a few setbacks, of course. I mean, for example, China's been a bit of it's a nice way to put it. It's been a bit of a joke this year. That's a nice way to put it, I think. It's been a bit of a joke. Think about it, right? COVID, years of COVID, and for some reason, China, the government still thinks that they can't live with it and they have to exterminate it completely, which I believe is just a mythical concept and is never going to be possible. We have to learn to live with it. But anyway, that's what China seems to think. So therefore, they're just shutting cities down. Tesla's production basically stopped completely for a number of weeks. In fact, nearly a month of lost production. However, they then went and ramped production up. They changed their production lines, revamped them significantly to enable them to go from producing around about 15,000 cars a week to around 23,000. So the production lines, the improvements to those production lines were meant to be finished by around the end of last month. It may have taken a little bit longer than that. However, what that means is we're going to see around 23,000 vehicles coming out of the factory in Shanghai per week. In fact, just over 23,000 from media reports that I've seen. 23,000 per week. That's 46,000 in 2 weeks. 92,000 in 4 weeks, and nearly 100,000 over the course of a month. Obviously, going to add a few extra days to the course of the month, say 3 or 4 days. That means you get another half a week of production, about another 10,000. I think you're going to be looking at maybe about 104,000 vehicles produced per month in October, November, and December, but not in September because that ramp up was still happening from what I've heard in September. Therefore, from insurance data that I've seen, the numbers will be a little bit smaller than I was hoping for and expecting in the month of September. Why does this matter? Well, share price. You're going to buy more Tesla stock, you might as well buy it when it's affordable. I still think, even though people are saying it's massively overpriced, I personally don't agree with that. Simply because if you realistically do believe Tesla is just a car company, you just simply have no idea. Tesla is far more than a car company. Far, far more. Now, and in the future, even more so. That's changing pretty rapidly. However, Tesla's delivery numbers, in my view, for September will be around 85 to 90,000. Now, the media is saying about 80,000, maybe a little bit less than that. I disagree. I think it's going to be more. I think people are going to be surprised by just how many vehicles they're able to manufacture there. And this is really, really significant. Why is this significant? It's significant because, Tesla does produce a lot of vehicles in North America, but it costs them a lot more money to produce those vehicles. Now, people don't really talk about this, but the reality, the facts are, the vehicles being made in China are much more affordable for Tesla to produce than the vehicles being made in North America. One of the key reasons, right? Well, for example, lithium iron phosphate batteries. They're in more than 50% of Tesla's cars that they deliver now, probably around 60% over the course of this year. And those batteries are manufactured in China, in CATL's factory. And that factory is actually pretty close to Gigafactory Shanghai. But remember, sending those batteries to North America is expensive. And lithium ternary batteries, 4680 cells, and the other cells that Tesla use, the ternary cells that Tesla use in North America, are definitely significantly more expensive than the lithium iron phosphate battery cells that CATL manufacture for Tesla. That means just that one thing means the vehicles are at least 5% more expensive to produce in North America. But it goes beyond that because Tesla has, well, obviously a much cheaper workforce in China. It's probably around 20 to 30% more affordable. There's another big cost saving. Tesla's factory in Shanghai is set up much more efficiently than the factory in Fremont, simply because the Fremont factory was just an existing factory that Tesla had to make it work. There's other key reasons as well. Taxes are actually lower in China. There's other key reasons besides those reasons. All Tesla's parts suppliers in China are located pretty close to the factory, pretty close. Almost all of Tesla's supply chain now is located within a pretty small radius, meaning shipping of those parts to Tesla is cheaper. Sourcing of those parts is cheaper. Now, I could go on and on and on, but you can clearly see here my point, right? The vehicles coming from China, we know they are Tesla's profit drivers. And that's the key reason why I was predicting, and I said this on the channel many times, Tesla would build another factory in China before they built any more factories anywhere else after Germany. So the next factory, as you all know now, will be built next to Gigafactory Shanghai, essentially doubling the size of Gigafactory Shanghai. I believe that new factory will manufacture 2 new vehicles, which will be a Model A, Model 2, whatever you want to call it, kind of like a smallish hatchback, maybe something similar in size to the BYD Atto 3. And then another variant of that, which will be a lower riding version. So sort of like how we have the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y, they're similar cars. The Model Y uses 75% of the same parts in the Model 3. Tesla will do the same thing with 2 new models. In particular, not a $25,000 vehicle, maybe $30,000. It will be more affordable than the Model 3. That is crucial for the Chinese car market. That's the biggest car market in the world. 23 to 24 million vehicles every year are sold in China. That vehicle will only continue to increase as Chinese citizens continue to increase their wealth. Now, Chinese citizens have more savings than any other population on the planet, more. So they do have the capability to purchase cars. And the number of cars they're buying is increasing, of course, especially electric cars. Market share of EVs in China continues to go absolutely crazy. Tesla knows it needs a more affordable car in China to get that market share. Now, as I mentioned recently, Tesla has kind of unofficially cut their prices of the Model 3 and the Model Y in China by giving free insurance. If you buy a Model 3 or Model Y now, you can get free insurance, which is up to the value of $1,200 US. That's quite a lot of money. $1,200 cut in price, essentially. And apparently, old buyers of the car that bought it right before that promotion came out are a little bit annoyed, as you would be. But anyway, it had to be done. Why? Because production has gone up massively. Tesla's wait times have decreased enormously. In fact, you can actually buy from inventory now in China. First time you've been able to do this since the Chinese factory opened. You've never been able to buy from inventory. You can now. So what's happening now is that buyers are not buying from scalpers anymore. In the past, scalpers were buying Tesla vehicles in China, then reselling them for more money. But those scalpers, well, it ain't working anymore because of Tesla's increased vehicle production that they can just buy a car. And they're right. So now those buyers in China don't have to buy from a scalper. And those scalpers, well, they might be stuck with a few cars that they can't sell for more than they paid for them. So, you know what? Tough luck to them. I say suffer. If you want to do something like that, whatever. Now, apparently, buyers in China are expecting price cuts of the Model Y and the Model 3. They are holding off placing orders, according to Chinese media, because they expect the prices to come down. Estimates in China suggest that Tesla will reduce its Model 3 prices by RMB $20,000. That's nearly $3,000 US, and the Model Y by $3,900 US. There is a tradition of price reduction. Historically, Tesla has been ahead of the market regardless of whether the price has been raised or lowered. There's room for price reduction. Tesla does make very healthy margins on their vehicles in China. Tesla's 2022 Q2 single vehicle profit is $8,000 plus US, and its 2022 Q3 single vehicle net profit hit 13,000 US, 80,000 yen. That makes it extremely profitable. There you go. That's how much money Tesla make on each car, 13,000 US dollars. Those profit margins, that's around 25%. That's the highest in the industry. That's the first time I've actually seen those official numbers coming from China. You know, we can't prove that these facts are correct, but it appears as though these numbers are correct. Exciting time to see. I believe Tesla's going to bring the prices down globally. They've already done it in Europe. You can already get the Model Y now, the base model variant with the BYD battery for around $42,000. In some countries in Europe, of course, then you've got to add VAT tax to that. That's going to increase the price. But the point is here, the prices of Tesla vehicles will come down for various other reasons that I've talked about on the channel as well. Now, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Personally, I'm pretty excited by this. You know, you guys know what I think. There's a new Tesla Model Y coming, not a new one, but the new battery packs are coming, and I'm waiting for that. I believe it's going to be here by the end of this year, and as soon as they are released, I'm going to place an order on one of those. I'm excited to see it. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye, my friends.